Alright, hey guys, this is Ricardo from Blog Tech Tips, and today I'm going to show you how to actually replace the screen on a laptop. Alright, here I have a laptop belonging to one of my friends. Basically, what has happened is that she accidentally sat on the laptop, or pressure was applied, and the screen actually ended up cracking. I'll try to bring it close. You can see the discoloration. Kind of hard to see. I don't know if I angle it right, you'll be able to see it. But basically, what's happening here is that this screen is actually smashed, right? So this thing is actually no good. So what I have to do is actually open this up and actually change the screen, right? To actually do it, I've actually gone ahead and done some of the work in the interest of time. So I'm just going to show you what you actually do to actually replace these. The first thing you're going to do is actually you're going to remove, or you're going to look down in the bottom right and left hand sides. There should be a little tab, and beneath these tabs there are screws, right? So they're actually hidden well. So what they have done is to put some plastic tabs looking like this over those screws. So what you're going to do is get something sharp and actually pick these off, and then it will reveal the screws, which are some flat screws. If you can see them here, I'll put it right here. Flat screw basically, and see this flat screw, basically you can screw them out. Alright. So just you use a Phillips head screwdriver, something looking like this, with a sharp tip, a refined tip, right? What I did was to actually remove this screw and this screw. Now, once you have removed those screws, you're gonna realize is that you'll have some plastic tabs. Here I have two of them, and one is over here, was over here, I should say, and one was over here, and it will actually protect the inches on which this screen actually pivots. So what I did was to actually first from the underside, all right, there were some clips, and what I did was to actually remove the clips from either side down here. I'd actually push them until I actually would pry this thing out until it came out totally. Now when it came out, what I did was to actually I started to unscrew the different screws that were found down here, right? As I could get to, right? And I'll remove this side as well and do the same thing, right? Once you have done that, there'll be nothing basically holding this screen in place, right? So once the two screws are removed from here, the screen can come out. So what I did was to actually get a forceps, something like this, right? Or you can use something like this here, and all I do is get it into the groove here, and I basically started to remove the joints and the clips all the way around. Now a trick that we did was to actually from this side, don't worry, you won't damage the screen so easily, from this side, and I basically snap the clips off on this side, right? And on the other side until this whole thing came out, right? So you can actually remove this entire section here, and you want to be careful in removing that because the webcam which I've already disconnected, there will be a lead that's on the back of this that would actually connect to your webcam section up here. So you want to disconnect this lead, that's this cable here, and then what that means is that this thing can go all the way off like this. All right, and remember you have three screws, the two that was holding the screen here and the other two, and remember to get to those you have to remove this thing, and then you can actually screw this off to actually allow the back. You can see here the box actually held on, and it will actually allow you to actually see the actual screen, right? Right here, right now, I have the screen itself. So this is the screen that we need to replace. Now, what you want to do here to remove the screen is to actually kind of have to manipulate this a bit. And I'm going to slide this over because I've already disconnected it, right? So this is actually the back in, and once you disconnect the webcam, as I said, you have easy access, right? Here we have the screen. Now, to actually remove this totally, it's been held in place by two hinges on either side, as you can see here. So if you come around to this side, right, you see these screws. Once I remove one, two, three screws, this will actually remove from this side, and I do the same on this side, and then I can take out the screen, right? And of course, you have to remove the sticky tape here, and then disconnect the connector that's actually connecting the screen to the board, and then this thing will just come all the way out. So it's actually an easy disassembly. It probably take you about 10 minutes to 15 minutes, depending on how comfortable you are with this tear down. Nothing hard. The idea is just to find the screen. You don't need to open anything but the screen section. Now, once you can see beyond here, what you're gonna actually look for is the product number of the screen. Now, the first thing you look for here to identify your screen for replacement is to look at the brand. Notice that this is a Samsung screen, right? So this indicates that this this product is from Samsung. And then now you have the product number, which is LTN 156A T27. Now, if you were to go to Google and type in Samsung LTN 156A T27, it would actually point you to a person or a manufacturer that actually produces these screens. Or in my case, I like to buy stuff either off eBay or Amazon. What you do is type in this number and it basically will find a matching screen. All you need to do now is to look at the picture that the manufacturers are giving and to make sure that the connectors are in the right place. For example, to make sure that this connector is here and not somewhere like around here, and that this is in the same position and it basically has the same layout. And once you have found a manufacturer that can give you that, basically you'll have everything that you need to actually replace the screen. So all you have to do is make that order. When the new one comes, you can remove this from the hinges and then put the new one in place, replace the connectors, basically reconnect this thing up here, all right? And once you reconnect everything and put on back the front bezel, all right, and basically screw back the screws and then slide these clips back into place, your laptop will be good to go, right? As we said before, this has been a case where the screen has been smashed. So if you're having such an issue, please do take the time to actually look at this video or ask any questions below in the comments, and I'll actually try to help you in fixing your issue, all right, to help you towards replacing your laptop screen. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Ricardo Gardner from blogtechtips.com. All right, until next time, you can actually look at the on screen. I'll give you a link and I will take you to the blog where I have a detailed instruction towards this with actual pictures to actually give you more details and this theory. All right, guys, thanks and bye.